Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Amy Austin.
And I'm Colin Cahill. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
The men's tennis team took on rival South Alabama in the Sun Belt Conference Championship match on Sunday. The Trojans came away victorious and are the 2015 Sun Belt Conference champions. With a 4-1 win over South Alabama, Troy took the title for only the second time in program history. The number 60 Trojans took on ULL first and won 4-1 also. And with the win over South Alabama, Troy now earns an automatic selection into the NCAA regionals. Head coach Scott Kidd said his team had to fight through tough conditions, but they wanted it really bad.
Still enjoying the moment. I mean, yesterday was just an incredible day. Not knowing if we would play or would not play. Possibly at one point they were thinking about playing the finals on Monday. So it's tough just waiting around when your guys are trying to keep their minds occupied and busy. But I have to say they played the two best days of their life. The two most important days when we played Lafayette, the defending champions, and then, of course, in the final, South Alabama. Both were extremely hard matches, but our guys came with such a determination and played with such passion. I mean, they wanted it really bad.
The announcement of where the Trojans will play next will be on April 28th. And the recognition keeps coming for the men's tennis team. Head coach Scott Kidd was named Sun Belt Coach of the Year. Kidd is in only his second year at Troy and led the Trojans to a 25-6 record, an undefeated record in Sun Belt matches, and the second Sun Belt championship in program history. Coach Kidd coached 5 of his players to all Sun Belt honors, and he said that he was determined to turn the program around.
I think, when Troy hired me for the job, you come here, having the resume that I had, I was determined. I told them I wasn't coming just to fill a position. I was coming to win. And, given my first year, I had to spend that time recruiting to build this team. And we were determined. I hand-selected these kids.
And the men continued racking up awards as 5 different players were awarded Sun Belt Conference honors. For the Sun Belt First Team honors, Gabriel Diaz and Hassan Ndeshime both were awarded spots. Andy Lau and Giovanni Samaha both were awarded Second Team All Sun Belt singles, while Lau and Pablo Moreno earned Second Team All Sun Belt doubles. And head coach Scott Kidd talked about how critical Samaha was to the team at the number 6 spot.
Giovanni is a unique person. He plays basically 5 and 6, 4, 6 most of the year. I think he has 3 losses I read today. He has been, a lot of times as coaches and people, they focus at that number 1 player. But we forget there's 6 points in singles. Giovanni has been a rock for us at the bottom. He's someone we always can count on. He's mentally strong.
Samaha and the rest of the Trojans will look to see where they are headed for the NCAA regionals on April 28th.
And the men's tennis team is not the only champion walking around campus. Despite the weather delays that kept them off the course for a full day, the women's golf team has won its second consecutive Sun Belt Conference championship. The Trojans finished 12 strokes ahead of second place Texas State. The women's golf team became the first Troy golf program to win back-to-back Sun Belt Conference titles. The Trojans will make their second appearance as a Division I program in the NCAA regionals next month. For the first time in school history, 3 Troy women's golfers have been selected for the All Sun Belt Conference team. Sophomore Fatima Fernandez-Cano was named first team, while 2 seniors, Langley Vanoy and Taylor McGraw, were both second team selections. Cano led the Sun Belt with a 73.29 scoring average while being ranked 169th nationally. By GolfStat, she won a couple of tournaments this season, along with being named Sun Belt Golfer of the Month and Golf Week National Player of the Week. McGraw ranks 10th in the Sun Belt with a scoring average of 76.04. She has had 4 top 25 finishes and a pair of top 10 finishes this season. Benoit, on the other hand, has had a stroke average of 76.46, ranked 11th in the league. She has had a trio of top 25 finishes as well, and 1 top 10 finish. These Trojans, along with the rest of the team, will await the NCAA regional bid. And Langley Vanoy made sure that the Sun Belt tournament would not be her last. Vanoy finished in 3rd place overall for the tournament. The Pensacola native tied her career-low 36-hole score with a total of 145, which was 1 over for the tournament. That included a 69 on the final day. Vanoy will now lead an experienced Troy golf team to a regional qualifier that will be decided next Monday.
The men's golf team headed into the final round of the Sun Belt Conference Championship, sitting at number 2. But the Trojans fell to number 5 in the final round as they finished out the tournament. In the previous 2 rounds, Troy had scored a 290 and 284, but fell to a 295 in the final round. finishing with a total of 869. Georgia Southern won the championship, and head coach Matt Terry said the team did not take advantage of the situation that they were in.
Our best the last day. Georgia Southern gave us an avenue, gave us a chance to get in there, and we didn't do anything early. We were pretty poor the first 4 holes of the day. And, it just didn't happen. It didn't happen, and you can sit there and say a million different things. We just made too many big numbers. We counted 2 triples and a quad in our final round, and I want to say a couple of doubles. So we gotta play cleaner than that if we want to be a good team.
And while the men finished in 5th, one Trojan stood out on the course during the championships. Jared Betcher claimed 3rd place due to his 2 under 211 finish. Betcher's 3rd place finish is the best ever by a Troy golfer in the conference championship, and head coach Matt Terry said he was proud of how he played throughout the tournament.
He played well all 3 days, had an opportunity to win himself, got a little derailed on 13. He made a triple when he was a couple under par. He was I think 2 or 3 back at the time of Koivu from Georgia Southern. He played extremely strong. 2nd conference championship. I know he was sick last year, finished 21st. This year he goes in and finishes 3rd and has an opportunity to win. Definitely an awesome finish for him. And I know something that hopefully will spark some more good play in the future.
Betcher and the rest of the Trojans sit at number 56 in national rankings and will look to see if they get a regional bid next week.
The baseball team headed to Arlington, Texas to take on the Mavericks in a 3-game series over the weekend. The 2 teams split the doubleheader on Saturday, winning one game each. It all came down to the final game on Sunday. And the Trojans were unable to take another conference series win. Troy fell to UT Arlington 10-7. While the Trojans came out scoring early, the Mavericks never gave up. Troy scored six runs within the first 2 innings. UT Arlington, though, got 5 runs in the 4th after scoring 4 runs in the previous inning. The losing pitcher for the Trojans was Corey Childress. The Trojan that stood out at the plate was Nick Masonia, who went 3 for 5 with 1 run and 1 RBI. Troy is now 21-20 on the season with a conference record of 10-8.
This softball team took on conference foe Georgia Southern over the weekend. Troy defeated the Eagles 7-1 in Game 1 and 7-3 in Game 2. The Trojans took the field on Sunday to see if they could claim the series sweep. And Troy was able to claim that conference sweep with a 13-1 victory in Game 3. Troy came out swinging in the top of the 1st and never looked back. The Trojans scored 6 runs in the 1st and 4 runs in the 2nd. The Trojans pounded out their scoring in the 5th with 3 more runs. The winning pitcher for the Trojans was J.C. Affelt, who pitched all 5 innings. She only allowed 1 earned run and struck out 8. Head coach Beth Mullins said the hitting at the start of the game was what helped them win.
We talk about starting fast. We've been really good about winning the late innings, but haven't really done a good job of starting fast. So we tried to focus on starting fast, and Kate Benton and Becca Hartley were our 1-2 this weekend in all 3 games. And Kate got on every single time in the first inning, and I think Hartley scored her every single time. So when you have the top of your lineup executing like that, you're going to get some runs early in the game.
The softball team continued their road stretch as the Trojans headed to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. The Trojans came up just short against the Tide as they fell 5-2. Troy took the early lead as they led 1-0. In the top of the 5th, Troy was able to get another run, but Alabama answered with 4 runs in the bottom of that inning. The losing pitcher for the Trojans was J.C. Affelt. 2 Trojans, though, stood out at the plate with a home run each. Becca Hartley and Michelle Phelps each had a solo home run to give the Trojans their only 2 runs. And head coach Beth Mullins said they have to put this behind them and get ready for the upcoming weekend.
We played 5 or 6 really good innings, and we had 1 unfortunate inning where we gave up the beginning. And when you do that, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot, and we did. And but I'm proud of the girls. They came out, and I thought they played quality softball, and that's what we asked them to do. And just had an unfortunate inning, but I am proud of them. I think they're going to come out today and practice hard and get ready for this weekend.
The Trojans are now 29-20 on the season and 11-7 in conference play.
And the track and field team wrapped up competition at the War Eagle Invitational. Troy walked away with 1 first-place finish and several personal bests. Freshman Dylan Ogborn won the men's 1,500-meter run. In the 3,000-meter steeplechase, Julia Ossendorf finished runner-up, while Sean Kent took a 3rd-place finish for the men's team. Sydney Wright broke her personal record in the 100-meter final with a time of 11.85 seconds. Javen Wortham also broke her own personal record in the women's discus. Her record-breaking throw was 47.22 meters. Several other Trojans finished with top-place finishes. Alexis Cobb took second place in the women's long jump with a distance of 5.71 meters. The 4x400 meter relay team also finished in second place. The Trojans will have a week off before competing in the pin relays in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
The women's tennis team also competed in the Sun Belt Conference Championships, but fell just short in their first matchup. Troy took on UT Arlington to start the tournament, but fell to the Mavericks 4-1. The Trojans were only able to clinch a win at the number 4 spot in singles play. The Trojans came into the tournament as the number 6 seed, while UT Arlington came in as the number 3 seed. The Trojans closed out their season with a 10-9 overall record and a 2-4 conference record. And before the Trojans started play in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament, junior Trang Huynh was named the Sun Belt Female Tennis Player of the Year. Huynh is the first Troy women's tennis player in the program's Division I history to be named Conference Player of the Year. She posted a 15-3 singles record this season. For the second year in a row, Huynh has been named to the All-Sun Belt team. Huynh posted a 14-2 record in doubles play for the year, and head coach Rawia El-Sisi said Huynh is a special type of athlete.
She's one of the toughest mentally tough player that I have coached since I've been in Troy, and she gets the job done. You can leave her in the court, she's a true leader, a team captain. You leave her in the court, she'll get it done. She's like a little coaching you can give her. She wants it, she works hard off and on the court, and when you're an athlete like that, you can accomplish a lot.
Anya Kosovic also joined Huynh as part of the All-Sun Belt first team. The two posted an 11-1 record on the doubles court.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan baseball team's next home matchup.
But first, I had the chance to sit down with women's basketball head coach Chanda Rigby. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.